Hello everyone, this is Nitish from SSN College of Engineering. So this is my final assignment of seismic design of buildings. So as you can see here, so this is the same building which was previously modeled, analyzed, and designed for dead load, live load, and wind loads. Now here we are going to design the same building for seismic load. So in this building, a total of two different seismic analysis was performed. One was the response spectrum analysis. Next is the time history analysis. So first I'll explain how response spectrum analysis was performed and how the seismic loads were introduced to these buildings. So to do this, go to define load patterns. So as you already know that dead load and live load are by default defined by the software. So for we need to define seismic loads over here. Type in seismic in the text box. Select seismic from the drop down menu and select the Indian code IS 1893 over here and click on modify lateral load. As you can see, it asks for directions to perform. So here in response spectrum method, we will be performing analysis for both x and y directions. So suppose if you want to enter the values of eccentricity for x and y directions, here you can check in these boxes also. So as of now, we are not going to we are not going to be considered about the eccentricities. So just select the x direction and y direction. So these values entered here will be available in the code book IS 1893. So this is the zone factor based upon the location of the building, and this is the site type, like based on the ground conditions, or what is the nature of the soil, whether it is a hard rock and those kind of things. And this is the importance factor. It is available in the code book. And similarly, response reduction factor for uh, various kinds of building, it is available in the code book. After entering all these data, click on OK again. So now the basic seismic loads were defined. Now we need to define the response spectrum. Go to define functions response spectrum. So here you can see that response spectrum was defined. I'll explain you how to define this response spectrum. Go to select IS 1893 2002. Click on add new function. Here you can see, here you can give the name as response spectrum, and seismic zone factor you can seismic zone factor, it is available will be available in the code book as we entered previously. And soil type, same thing. And click on OK, and click on OK. Now that the response spectrum has also been defined, go to define load cases. Here response spectrum is already added. So if it is not if it is by default, it won't get added automatically. You need to click on add new case. You need to click on add new case and add response, and it has to be added manually. This response spectrum has to be added manually. Click on OK. Now now that the response spectrum is defined and it has been already added in the load cases, so we don't need to select the like the structural members in the building, because response spectrum will be automatically assigned for the entire building by the software by default. So now that everything has been defined, go to analyze, click on set load cases to run. So here dead and we do not want dead and live load to run during analysis, because seismic and response spectrum has been defined. So suppose in case if live load and dead load have been selected to run condition, select that and click run do not run case. So here it has been selected previously, do not run. So now we are running seismic and spectrum response spectrum analysis. Click on run now. The software will take some time for analysis. Now that the analysis is over, the analysis results can be checked as explained in the previous video, like going to display, force stress diagrams, and here you can select a frame forces, and you can select the desired, suppose let's say if you want shear force diagram, bending moment diagram, you can select it inside. And suppose if you want to view the forces on the slabs, you can view it over here. So now that the analysis is over, the building has to be designed. Go to design, concrete frame design, and go to start design check. So here you can see a notification saying that two of the concrete frame was failed during the design check. So since we have given columns and beams into auto select option, it is asking whether do you want to reiterate the design. Click on yes. The software will run the analysis and design once more by reiterating the section properties. So, so now the design is over. So here you can see the values in the 3D model. It's basically the reinforcement, the value of the reinforcement for top and bottom for beams. Here you can see two numbers, and similarly for columns. If you want a detailed analysis, detailed design report, right click on the member, click on details. Here you can see the detailed design data for that particular beam. So so now the building has been designed using responsive spectrum method. So now let us see how to design the same building using time history analysis. For this, go to define, load patterns, and make sure that the seismic load has been defined, like as done for previous response spectrum method. Click on OK. And for time history function, go to define functions, time history. So you need to select the from file here. Click on add new function. So let's say type the required function name as time history. You need to select the file which contains the time history data. Go to browse, and I'm selecting the time history data. So go to view file. Here you need to enter header lines to skip. Like I'll explain you in the file. Here you can see that first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines. First 9, these 9 lines are just headings. It contains some basic data. The original time history data starts from here. So while the file is read by the software, the first 9 lines shouldn't be considered. So header lines to skip, enter it as 9. And so number of points per line, say you can give 1 over here, so that the graph you can see, if you enter 1 here, the graph gets little better, in the sense the scale of the graph changes. Click on OK. Now you can see here it has been added. Click on OK. Now you need to set the load cases. So here time history has been added as a new case before itself. So if by default it won't be added by the software, it has to be done manually. To do this, go to add new case and add the time history. So click on OK. Now that the time history has been defined and it has been included in the load cases, the building can be analyzed now. Go to analyze, set load cases to run. So here for time history analysis, we don't consider dead load and live load. So make sure that it is set to do not run cases and click on run now. So the building has been analyzed, as explained before. To view the other analysis results, it will be available in display, force stresses diagram, and frame forces and shell forces. You can view other analysis result if required. So now that the analysis is over, the design has to be performed. Go to design, concrete frame design, start. So as you can see, the design is over. So in order to ensure that all the members pass the design check, go to design, concrete frame design, verify all members. So the software shows a notification that all concrete frames pass the design check. Click on OK. So you can see here the reinforcement details obtained in the analysis. In order to view the detailed design results of the particular member, you can right click on the member as explained before. So so this is how the dynamic loads should be added. And one thing to note is that for dynamic load, it is not necessary to assign the loads to the buildings, as it is done for other loads like wind loads, live loads, dead loads, and all, because these dynamic loads will be assigned automatically by the software for the entire building. So this is all about dynamic analysis. Thank you.